Alright, gang, welcome back to our Farm Maze Challenge on Riverbend Springs. It is December, it is raining, there is hail in the forecast as well, which not really the most ideal situation for us, but that's okay. We're going to see what we can get accomplished today, and hopefully we don't have any major damage to any of our crops. But we'll see, right? We'll see. But first off, we're going to do a little bit of weeding, or hoeing, I guess, in this instance. Taking care of this field here that we drilled in the last episode. Now, this field, plus the other small one way down that way, both need to have their second application of fertilizer done today. So we're going to be doing that as well. And then besides that, we're going to start continuing our work. Well, not start, continuing our work over on our new field, right? We've got a lot of wood over there. So we're going to work on that, trying to get some more of that taken care of. Now, I'm not sure how much we'll sell of it. We might just be chopping some down and kind of carrying them up here to our land. As you recall, I want to put down some kind of a production for woodworking soon. Or I guess a sawmill, I guess, is what we're really looking for, right? Soon. It's probably, unfortunately, going to be the small one, even though that it really takes forever to really produce anything. That's really all we can afford. It's going to cost a ton of money for us to get up to that point, and we're nowhere near that. But I don't really... I'll sell some of that wood, right, like we already did. But I don't really want to just go through there and sell every bit of that wood. I want to at least be trying to produce something. It may not be everything that we need and require, right, to build our little shed, but I want to produce something from it. So that's probably the approach we're going to take today. Now... I think to do that, it costs us around $36,000, something like that. And we don't have that at current, right? So the way we're going to get to that is probably by doing some contracts today. I'll have to look out there and see what's out there. I have no clue what is out there as far as a contract goes, but we'll take a look at it and see if we can find anything. And kind of go from there. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. I've noticed a number of... Hasn't really happened to this extent until recently, but detractors on the farm a little bit. Well, the farm, I say the farm, the channel a little bit. They don't think some of these challenges that I'm doing are challenging enough, I guess. I'm not gonna weigh on this for very long, but I just briefly want to bring it up that if it gets to a point where I think things are too easy and we're not making progress at all, or I mean we're making too much progress, I can absolutely modify the rules a little bit, right? Maybe we turn seasons on or something like that, but I just don't get it. Maybe it's me, gang, and I guess let me know down below if more of you believe that same thing, but I don't think these challenges that I've come up with are easy by any means, but maybe I'm just the minority here, and maybe I'm the only one that doesn't think that, so if that's the case, I certainly don't want to continue to make anybody upset or mad or frustrated or whatever, with the challenge that I come up with. So if you don't think they're difficult enough, let me know down below. And if there are a bunch of people say yeah it's not difficult enough, this is waste, that's fine. I'll bump everything up, I'll change everything around, I'll make it where it takes 20 episodes to make any progress. I'm fine. That's fine with that. I just didn't really think that'd be anything anybody would really want to watch. Me doing the exact same thing for 20 episodes in a row doesn't really sound that exciting or enticing to me, but I guess I could be wrong. So anyway, let me know. One way or another, let me know. There is not enough fertilizer really in here probably to do both fields. We probably could do one. How much is in our drill here? Because if not, I'm going to have to run to the shop and get some more. Very rainy December. Expecting snow, but no snow. There's plenty in there. Good. We'll take some fertilizer out of this. And I'll fill all this back up here in a little bit. I'm just going to kind of leave this kind of, well, not really in the way, but kind of just out in the open here for a second. And I'll put it all back in here soon. I just want to get a little bit more fertilizer in here. Probably just one box. That way I don't have to run all the way to the shop and buy some more. I can just utilize this. Now, as far as the other field goes, the new field we purchased, right? I kind of want to put something in there, but at the same time, I feel like if I do that, we're going to have a hard time getting some of those trees out of there. Right? We're going to be running into our own crop, which isn't really the most ideal situation for us. So it'd probably be today just more woodworking and more forestry work, whatever you want to call it. Probably not going to re-drill that field. I could be wrong. I might change my mind, but probably not going to re-drill it. Now, one thing we could do, although I guess on a lot of the different series right now, we're kind of leaning towards doing this more than we were before. We could put grass in, and then we could just mow that grass, right? That's an option. If we do that approach, really, we're going to have to get a lot more money, right? Because we're going to have to buy a mower, and we're going to have to get a loading wagon or baler or whatever, and they're not cheap. We've kind of gone through that already in a number of other different series on the channel, so it's not like it's a sure thing for us to just jump and do that. So I don't know. I probably am still going to lean, I think, towards the approach of let's just do some more forestry work today and hold off on drilling that field, but that is an option for us to consider or think about is doing some grass work there. There are some grass fields near it as well, so that are relatively inexpensive to buy. We had thought about buying them at one point on this series, and it really got to a point where it just wasn't worth it based off the amount of money we'd had to spend for the mower and everything else. In comparison to how much money we're actually making on this series so far, which is not a ton. Now, it is nice if you missed out on the last episode. We are now making a small amount of income every month from selling tickets to the Mace, which is awesome, right? Figured out a way to make that work. Right now, it's about $4,000 per month. I'm going to, probably bump it up. Maybe as we get along a little bit further, we get a little bit more going along with the maze, things like that. I also think we might today consider putting in a little bit more of a makeshift parking lot. Right now, people are just kind of parking wherever. I kind of want to make it a more centralized, more known area where they should be parking at. And kind of what I was thinking is the shed that we're building, somewhere on the left of that, between that big tree, if you recall that. If not, I'll show it to you when we get back up there. The big tree, somewhere over there. And then obviously once we're able to, move our house or build a new house, whatever, we could put some more parking there, right? So we can just have parking surrounding both sides of that shed, which will be where we're going to eventually start selling tickets and, be like a little mini gift shop, whatever, right? So we'll see. That's probably quite a ways away before we get rid of the house, right? Or in this case, our camper or our trailer, I guess I should say, not a camper or trailer. At least that's where my vision's going with it. But we'll see. All right, that field's done. We might have actually been able to get both fields done with the amount we had, but that's all right. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm probably worse than I've been. It's in a matter of days now for the unfortunate situation with my grandma, so trying to enjoy what time I have left. Why did you just randomly stop? Like, what was the point of that? Is it because this guy's turning that way? I guess that's what it was. It was weird. So this is what I was talking about. Here's the big tree, right? So if we maybe kind of take this area to the... Well, if you're looking at the tree, the way we're looking at the tree right now, to the left of the tree over to where our shed's going to be, maybe make this a bit of a car park here. You could probably fit, I don't know, 15 cars, maybe more in here, right? If you park them, I mean, we're in a tractor right now, so it's a lot bigger, but if you were to park, cars like this and then one behind there, right? There's enough room to back out and go back out away, right? And then eventually kind of expand it out over there. I think that makes sense, at least for right now. That's what we're thinking about doing. May change, but we'll see. Now, we did put down this nice area here for chickens. We don't have any chickens yet. We're not going to have any chickens for a little while, unfortunately. We've got to get some actual product that we can give to them, which right now we have none, right? And we don't even have an area to store it, even if we wanted to, which is a bit unfortunate as well, right? We're going to have to get a silo or something, right? Can't really just keep it in the tractor at all times. Ooh, actually, you know what? I need to fold this up. Forgot to fold this up. Now, I probably should have put in sorghum instead of soybeans. But it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? Too late now. Let me get the rest of this filled up. Alright, I already started heading down here, gang. I already got a few more trees. They're ones that are kind of closer to the road here, just trying to make it a little bit easier for us to get out. I was hoping I was going to be able to get... Well, I guess you really can't see it from here. Alright, fine, go ahead. Just go ahead. Plow right through. Go ahead. Go ahead. I guess you really can't see it from here, but kind of that one closest to us, it's partially dead until you get to the top. I don't know if you can even see it or not, but anyway, my goal was to attempt to get that one too, but that did not happen. I'm not allowed to cut that one down. So we just went with these. Very small for the most part, except for this one that has a bunch of very weird branches. You know, not a straight tree, I guess, by any means. So we'll bring this back up. Leave it kind of in the yard there. We're going to make one more trip here, I think, with some more trees. And then we're going to look at contracts. Actually, you know what? While we're doing this, let's do a quick save. And I can check the contracts right now while we're heading back, right? Alright, so there's not really a whole lot out there right now. Alright, well, maybe some more will come up. There's a carry on. There's a cultivation one. We might do that one. There's not really a whole lot of anything else out there right now. So let's just carry on and we'll see if anything else populates. If it does, maybe we'll find something that we can do to get us a few more bucks. Because I'd like to put down that... that sawmill today. Even though it's a small one and it's going to take forever, I still think it's better for us to actually have something going than absolutely nothing at all right now. So, while I'd like to keep that $31,000 to try to get somewhere else, I do want to continue to try to progress the series a little bit. In regard to the actual maze challenge itself, right? And that's one of the steps we have to do, right? We've got to get something that will produce us pallets of some sort, right? Beams, etc., so we can make that construction project. So let me continue working here, gang. There's a little bit, so I think I've decided I want to put the greenhouses down here, I guess is what I'm going to try to say. But to really do that, we're going to have to figure out a way to buy a stump grinder or something, a mulcher, something. Which is expensive too, right? That's like 30 grand right there in itself at a minimum. So, not really the most ideal, I guess, situation is how I'll call it, right? But eventually this will all... Well, I say all, that the area over here that had trees will have greenhouses on it. Probably not many. Maybe one big one and a couple small ones potentially, but it's a little bit of extra income, right? Maybe a little bit counts at this point. So these are some of the trees. Well, they're just like twig trees, I guess. Some very small trees or whatever that I was cutting down. So just some leftover stuff. I just moved them out here just so I can see it easier. All of these trees, this is the tree I was talking about. I was hoping I was going to be able to get this tree down, but it's evidently not on our land, so I cannot do that. This is kind of how I imagine us getting down here. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get water out of this stream or not. It's moving water, which is different than Zelonka. Zelonka's is not moving, right? So I think there's a chance that we could probably get water out of this, but if we cannot, the river's right here. We're not far away from the river, so it's not too big of a deal. So I'll carry on here. I'm probably going to take this tree down here. I'll carry on here, gang. We'll see how long it takes me to get another tree down and probably a few other small ones, right? Similar to what I was just carrying out there. But we'll get on to it. It's going to take a while to do this, and then delimbing this thing is probably a bit of torture to watch. It's probably make you sick if I tried to do it in any kind of a time lapse. That's why I normally don't do tree work very often in a time lapse. I don't want to cause that mayhem to occur, but it's going to take a while to do this. So I'll get at it, and I'll be back with you whenever we're ready to move another set up there, and hopefully there's a new contract out there for us by then. All right, so this is the second time that the game has crashed on me, gang. We might have run into a major issue here with the save file or something. I don't know. You saw me already do all this. We are back to the last save point. Little concerned here. I'm afraid to do any more tree work all of a sudden. I don't know. I'm hoping that there's not a major issue here. I think I'm going to pull these up here to the top. I'm going to do another quick save, and let's just see what happens, I guess. I'll stick with you, I guess. I'll chop down a few more trees and see what happens. I'm a little worried here that we have all of a sudden some kind of a major issue with the game, and it's corrupted the file or something. This is not good. So let's do a save. And let's head down this way. Let's try this again. It's every time I try to start delimbing this one tree. Maybe it's just that tree. Maybe that tree has an issue. I don't know. But every time I start to, I start to attach it to the back of the winch, and I try to pull it out after I've delimbed it a little bit, it crashes. So what I'm going to do this time, we're going to head down there. I'm not even going to delimb any of it. I'm just going to chop it down. We're going to try to pull it out, because every time I use the winch on it, it crashes. Let's pull it out into the field, and if it works, then maybe we're okay now. But it's done it twice. Exact same thing. I've delimbed most of it. There's still a little bit left. I try to attach it to the winch, and the whole game crashes. I mean, back to the dashboard crashes. Not like it just goes to the menu of the Farming Simulator. It crashes to the dashboard of the Xbox. Okay. So I still have these over here, obviously, wherever they were. I don't remember where they are. They're here. Right? We have moved those already. This is the tree. I said we were going to chop down. Let's chop it down. Alright, do not crash on me, please. Please don't crash. Okay, it attached it this time, which is better than what it was doing. And now I'm stuck on something heavily. I think I'm stuck in the ground. No. Oh boy, this is turning into an absolute disaster, isn't it? All right, here we go. Let's try this again. I can't see a damn thing. Damn bushes in my way. Look, it just did it again. This is bad, gang. That's really bad. There is a major issue here. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this series anymore. We might have to restart the series. Oh boy. Alright, so let's try something completely different. Let's just do a contract and see if it crashes. If it crashes again, gang, we've got a really bad situation for us. It's either going to be that this series is going to have to be temporarily scrapped, and maybe there's a patch that helps it, or we're going to have to scrap it altogether, or we're going to have to restart. I really don't want to do the latter there. I really don't want to restart. We've put a lot of effort and work into this series. I don't want to do that. So let's see if we can do a contract here. There was a cultivation contract out here, right? Yeah, there was. So let's take this one. Accept contract. And let's just let's run down there. Let's try cultivating and see if we can get past it. Perhaps it's just that tree. Maybe there's an issue with that specific tree. Which, again, not ideal, but if it's just the tree, we can get around that. We are going way, way, way down there. Let's go this way. I'm going to knock this tree out. This tree. I'm going to knock this sign over. Yeah. Alright, so I will head down there, and I'm hoping it doesn't crash. If it does, I'll show it to you. And we'll see if we can get past this error here. Alright, here we go, gang. Moment of truth. It just almost crashed for a second. Did you see that? The whole game, like, stuttered for a second. Seems to be okay, though. Maybe it's just that tree. I'm not going to say anything too soon, right? I don't want to jinx it, but there seems to be no issue so far with cultivating this field. It's a nice field. I like this field a lot, actually. If we were down in this area, like I said, I think I talked about it already, but maybe run a series down here in this area. It's really, really like it. In the future, obviously. Far, far, far away from now. Unless this game-breaking error keeps happening, right? Then we're going to have to think of some new series, or I guess start over, like I said, on this one. It's just the least ideal option is starting over, so hopefully if we get to another point where it auto-saves, right, maybe we'll try the tree again and see what happens. And if it happens again, then we know it's just that specific tree, and we might have to hold off on that tree, maybe, right? That, or maybe try to chop it into 2 pieces before we hook it up to the winch. I don't know. I mean, we were able to do that without any major issues, right? So, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of money, unfortunately. I was looking for a little bit more there, but okay. So we've got some more harvesting contracts that are out here. What do we got? Sunflowers. We could do that one. The rest of them, we'd have to borrow equipment for the rest of them. Perhaps the sunflower one. It is Haley now, though, and even though contracts, they They allow you to do whatever you want, no matter what's going on. If it's raining, hailing, or whatever, they don't care. We're going to take this back. I'm going to hook up back up to the winch. We're going to go back. We're going to try that tree one more time. I've got to try it one more time. I want to see if it's literally that tree, or if maybe we've somehow fixed the glitched error, or whatever you want to call it, the crashing bug error. Let's try it one more. All right, here we go, gang. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Let's hope for the best this one, huh? Please connect properly without glitching out. And please don't send me back to the dashboard. Okay, I don't want to jinx it, actually. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. Alright, I think we might have got past it. That was... whew. It was a game-breaking bug there for a minute, wasn't it? Weird. I guess we're not really out of the weeds yet, right? If I hook it back up here, it could crash again, right? Once I'm done getting rid of all these limbs. Let me do that. Let me do some more limb work here, and then we'll try to hook it back up and see what happens. See if we get sent all the way back to the dashboard again or not. Alright, it's de-limbed. Let's give it a shot. I'm not even going to try to attempt to attach it to anything else. I'm not... This tree's giving us so many issues, I'm not even going to attempt that. Well, knock on wood, it seems okay, gang. It seems alright. I don't know what that was about then. I don't know why we were having that issue, but I'm glad I attempted to, go do something else, wait for an autosave, and try it again. It seemed to fix itself, I guess, so. I guess that's good, right? I guess that's good. Are there any other contracts out there for us now that we've got all of that sorted out? Not really. Plowing, rock removal, wood transport, cultivating again. Not really going to get us where we need to be, though, mostly, right? It's a bit unfortunate. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to sell this tree by itself. We're going to sell this tree. I don't even want it. I don't even want this tree in our area. If it was this tree was the one that was causing us issues, right? And if it had something to do with anything at all, I don't want it to be around anywhere. I just want to go ahead and... Oh, well, that was good, Z. Good job, buddy. I just want to go ahead and get rid of it altogether. Just completely remove it from our mind, and hopefully that way we won't have any more issues, right? So I'm just going to go sell it at the location that we know we can sell it that's relatively close to us over here, right? The paper mill. It's not going to more than likely get us the amount we need to get to put down the production. I mean, I hope it does, but more than likely it's not going to, right? So we're still going to do some kind of a contract. Hail's coming down heavy now. Heavy, heavy, heavy hail. Sorry, neighbor. I'm going to drive right through your yard there, or your field there, I should say. And do a bit of the same here as well. Just want to make sure we go at this the easiest way possible. Get rid of this thing that's been causing us mayhem. $1,397. Yeah, it could be better for sure. The contract, or not the contract, the protection we want. Oh, actually, there's a mower out there. That's not bad, actually. Ooh. Anyway, may end up purchasing that mower, actually. Might do it off camera, though. Do some more contract work to get there, right? So we want the wood one, which is... It's not that one. That one is carpentry. We don't want that one. We want this one, which I've seen enough to know from Krusty's playthrough that this is a bit of a headache having this one. but this is what we want. I might end up getting rid of that tree right there, too. That's right next to us. I might get rid of this tree. I don't know yet. Anyway. Still, 36 grand, so we're not quite there. Still need a little bit more money to get there, unfortunately. There was a bit delayed for that hail coming down. What was that? It was weird. So I'm going to put this back here, and I think what we're going to do is look at contracts. We're going to do a contract. We're going to get there with a contract. And that way we can, you know, just call it. Probably do 57 here. It's not too far away from us. It'll get us to the amount we need, more than likely. 2155, it should, right? But it's only just going to get us there, so. Alright, let's get cultivating this field, huh? It's a decent-sized field, but it's, I mean, it's not that big. It shouldn't take us that long. I mean, our cultivator's not very big, right? So, but it still shouldn't take a terrible amount of time for us to do this. Hopefully. There's a little bit back there, actually, that I didn't even see. I still don't think it's going to take that long. Man, this hail, it just won't stop, man. It's a heavy hail. I feel like we're going to have damage. There's just so much hail coming down, it's hard to not have damage, right? Now, I guess the only thing that may prevent us from having hail damage is that most of our fields, with the exception of the maize, are all relatively fresh, just planted. And I think there's a bit of a window there where if it's, you know, early growing stages, the hail doesn't really damage it, right? But we could have some damage in the maize. So we already did a bit of a time lapse doing cultivation already. So I'm not going to do another one here. Let's do a bit of a jump cut. Ooh, what is going on there with the cultivator? We'll do a bit of a jump cut here, and we'll get closer to getting this done. And hopefully this is enough money for us to be able to put down the sawmill, right? We are nearing completion here, gang, and the hail is still coming down in buckets of it. Lots and lots of hail. It's crazy how much hail this is going on right now. It says it's supposed to be I can't talk. It says it is supposed to be switching to rain any minute now. If you look in the right-hand corner there with the December calendar right to the left of that, right? It's got the rain logo now, so it should be stopping the hailing at any point. Still hasn't. %, so maybe another couple passes here, and we'll be done. And we're done. Nice. Alright, so we can turn this in. Do a quick save here. We can turn this in. $37,135. That should, in theory, be enough for us to be able to put down the production, but let's head back up here anyway, and we'll find out. Now, I kind of was looking at where I want to put it at. I'm still not 100% sold on where I want to put it. I think I'm going to put it kind of where I was looking at earlier, but I don't know. I just don't know. I might put it next to the chickens too, right? I don't know. I got to think about this a little bit here. And we'll kind of talk through it together here. I'm just going to park this right here for right now. Put it away in a second. So, so it spawns over here. Okay, I would like for it to spawn on the other side, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it's not terrible that it's on this side, but it'll be hard to move it unless we utilize, you know, the liftable pallet mod. Well, the only other place to put it really would be somewhere over in here, right? In front of the tree, perhaps, maybe. Like I said, I plan to kind of get rid of this tree eventually, right? There, maybe? I don't know, I feel like that's kind of blocking up a lot of the space, but how long are we really going to keep it here for, though? That's the other thing, right? Are we going to keep it here forever? Are we going to move it? Are we going to buy something else, right? Who knows? Perhaps this way is the way to go. I think that could work. But, so let's think this through. If we're going to put the hay bale maze over here somewhere, right? That could potentially be in the way for us to come in here and turn around, right? I think I'm going to put it there. Yeah, I think we're going to put it there. All right, it's there. Whether we want it to be or not, it's there. And now it's just finally raining, so that's good. So it's just a matter of us moving the wood over to here then, and we should be able to begin working on this production, right? So we want, let's see, hold on a second. Our construction project needs what? I forget. I think it's planks, right? I think it's planks. Let me look here. See if it'll tell me. Wood beam, planks long, and regular planks. Okay, so it needs all three. So let's activate. I know it's going to make it go slower, but I mean, the production itself is already slow enough as it is. But it is, you know, it is what it is. I mean, we can just keep putting wood in there now and start producing some stuff, albeit very slowly. So let's get back into the tractor here. I'll go drop off the cultivator here. We'll pick up the winch and we can pull these trees into that location. Well, a couple of those we can just pick up by hand, actually. But the big one will have to be pulled over there. Boy, am I glad we were able to figure out a way to get out of that game-crashing bug that we were dealing with, right? I guess it still could come back. I guess it's not necessarily technically over, but the tree that was causing us the issue, though, we were able to go and get rid of that and sell it, so hopefully there's no other issues. Very light rain, not raining very hard. Alright, so I'm going to pick up these little stragglers by hand here. I'm just going to drop them in there. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and push the seed box, I guess. Not really what I wanted to do, but alright, we'll push the seed box around. And let's drag this guy in here. Alright, it's in there. Well, we got something going, gang. It's going to be slow. As I've mentioned a number of times already, it's going to be very slow, but at least we have something, and we're starting to make our progress here just toward the construction of the shed. So we're going to leave the episode here, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. It's free, helps me out a ton, an absolute ton. Check the other videos out in the corners that are going to be popping up any moment for you. Subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. Let me know down below if you're thinking this series is too easy, all that extra stuff. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next episode.